So from that vision being broadened by the trine of Sagittarius to Aries, the fun and entertainment that we get out of the being ourselves and expressing our self-creativity of what we personally interested in is what we getting, you know what I'm saying, coming from the trine of Sagittarius, knowledge and wisdom and experiencing out of what we have, you know what I'm saying, and then like has the aspect of Aries to trine and Sagittarius, what we gain knowledge and wisdom out of displaying that through what we have power of influence in with our self expression when it comes to what we are personally interested in creatively. Gemini trine in Libra from the Jupiter in Gemini to Libra, South Node, and Lilith. That vision of we're expanding that vision of communicating and expanding our thought patterns and extracting wisdom and knowledge out of that to broaden vision through what we connect with through desires, embarrassments, and our relatability through how we are in our relationships and relating our relationships with that confidence, what we feel secure and safe within, and our embarrassments and desires, and broadening that aspect through playing it out. You see what I'm saying? Extracting the wisdom and knowledges out of the lighthouse aspect from Gemini Jupiter to the fifth house aspect, playing it out through the fifth house aspect of Libra, being able to be the self-expression of what we can, you know what I'm saying, feel comfortable and safe within that relatability. Excuse me. Capricorn, trine in Taurus is what we having to expand our vision of us taking power, control, and having love, value, and appreciation for our status and image and how we conduct and add on to business of others and stand on that image and status through extracting that wisdom and knowledge out of that through playing it out in Taurasian, like debilitated Uranus in type of way through us changing our internal value and belief from how we see it, and material value from how we see it internally through our self-expression of that and how we transmute that from our internal desire to be seen as what's the source or the value of where our material is going towards. Scorpio Sun trying Pisces from the ninth house aspect of Scorpio to Pisces, and taking action and seeing viewpoints through desires, passions, motivations, and deep desires being transformed and gaining a mental rebirth and emotional rebirth through being played out and said as a expressionatory language of Pisces through its dreams, phase beliefs, imaginations, and delusions, while also building on to the reality of that space through Saturn and Pisces, as well as from the added on energy of the creativity in the dreams through Neptune and Pisces, completing that expression of character through being expressed from the knowledge and the wisdom that was extracted out of the desires to be in on a stage of expressing it, and as a self-expression, as a self way of fun and see what I'm saying, childlike, but as well as mature way of going about the dreams, imaginations, facing beliefs and delusions, but filtered, having that be a filter through what we desire as our, what we, and how we're playing out that knowledge and wisdom through how we broaden our vision in that way. So, and that completes the expression of character aspect. Going on to the expansion of embodiment of expansion, in conjunction 6th house and 8th house aspects, Taurus in conjuncting Libra. What we're gonna have to do here is be expanding on what we already involved in with these energies, being an aspect to each other of the in conjunction being that we have to learn and from our mistakes in this area and play this out as a way to expand on how we embody the learning process of going through mistakes and going through with these energies to be played out as what we're embodying to transmute this. Therefore, through the analytical side of the 6th house aspect, coming from the 8th house aspects of our desires and our, see what I'm saying, motivations and deep passions and deeply rooted privacy and see what I'm saying, connections of our security, so maternally. So basically, 6th house aspect to from Libra to the 8th house aspect to Taurus and Uranus is going to be how we our embodiment of expansion in this aspect will be from how we conduct our innovating and changing and adapting to how we have to in this new day and age have our internal value be and mimic our maternal and external value of what we have our gifts and talents into. So it being a way of fashioning and conducting the eighth house aspect of this embodiment would be through, that's what our desires is playing out through. So we building on those and securing those desires from how we work and put in towards our work and health and routine patterns in our health, having healthy relationships and healthy boundaries, and with our desires, embarrassments, whatever, say the case may be, as far as what you indulge in with in relationships with people, and how you relate to people, and how you go about conducting those relationships in a routinely, and you see what I'm saying, work balance type, or work-life balance type way, where you make sure that you're also putting in your end of the work in that relationship as well. See what I'm saying? And that type of aspect of having a relationship, and you putting in work through the sixth house, having in conjuncting the of Libra, in conjuncting the eighth house of Taurus, being that embodiment of expansion, of having to expand from that work into what you internally value, and how you're building on that internal value. So to complete that embodiment of expansion, what we're gonna have to do is basically learn from our mistakes of going through what we think is an external, or what we think is an internal value that we hold dear to us, but it's truly just external value that we couldn't compare or mimic to our relationships and what we have put in work to accomplish, and we have truly built up to desire at this moment in time. You know what I'm saying? So for us to be valued in that way and stuff of that nature. So the sixth house, eighth house aspect to the in conjunction of Gemini, eighth house aspect to Scorpio, sixth house aspect from Gemini, the in conjunction is going to be playing out in the way of us being more expansive in the way we think, communicate, and our patterns in that area, to how what we can get out of a desire from that, and what we can gain from a possibility of, excuse me, get some gas real quick. But yeah, how we that's gonna be what we embody in our expansion on, when we have where we have the possibility to have a desire be met, when it comes to our how we put in work and balance our desires out to be actually communicated on and thought about, and we're expanding on that, and that mentality of how we communicate with each other, and do that desire of us wanting to be, you know what I'm saying, have gained that work what's it called, routine and pattern with that desire that we had crafted and molded out of the space of our, you see what I'm saying, deep-rooted passions and what our motives truly are. So, and that's gonna be what we're gonna be learning and going through that mistakes, if the mistakes of us maybe, you know what I'm saying, having a possibility of us thinking the wrong things about, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, missing the actual energy and what we should be getting out of the eighth house and stuff of that nature through how we work and put in work for that. Excuse me while I go. Embodiment of expansion of, let's see, yeah, Scorpio and Gemini, through playing out through the sun, and you know what I'm saying, putting work through, you know what I'm saying, our actions and stuff. As well, how we're gonna have to learn from that mistake, and if we do make mistakes in that area, it's gonna have to be played out through us gaining control back in the area that we communicate in by putting in work and what we desire and stuff like that. So get this guy, man. Get right back to it after I get this. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. That bitch tight. That bitch tight. What the fuck going on? That whole motherfucker spinning around. Yeah, from up there, you see it? Mm-hmm. Up there, up top, right there?
Yeah. Got it, boss.
You see it? All the way up there. All the way.
And you got your gas?
Yeah, it went through. It was just a little bit spurting out right there. So.
Okay, boss. Thank you.
Yeah, that shit crazy as fuck. Oh shit. That shit crazy as fuck. Boy, the fucking gas was skirting out of that bitch. Out of the fucking hose and shit. Nah, but what the fuck? Ooh. Smell like I got gas up in here, so like what the fuck, boy? Hell no. Can't go back right there. Get gas from that point. But yeah. Back to the fucking weather report and shit like that. Had to just get an emergency gas stop because a nigga was on 1 mile. What the fuck? Kind of shit, see? And we gonna talk about that too. But, okay. Going on from the in conjunctions. Leo in conjuncting Mars in conjuncting the Pisces and Saturn and Neptune, or Saturn and Pisces and Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. We trying to broaden our understanding on how not to misunderstand or, you know what I'm saying, miss the point when it comes to us embodying the energy it takes to expand in the area of using this aspect of 6 house, 8 house aspect of Leo being coming from the desires of the Pisces, you know what I'm saying? Pisces being the desires coming from the desire space, and Leo coming from the 6 house space of work, routine, health, you know what I'm saying, and healthy expression, self-expression and stuff of that nature. Learning how to not get it confused when it comes to misunderstanding what we're supposed to learn when it comes to Leo being in the passions and motivations house. Planet of, you know what I'm saying, of what we desire or may have a power of influence in, or a mental rebirth in, is what we using to, be seen in the as the healthy work and putting in work towards that to express our actual desires when it comes to be self-expression, or having some type of form, way of collectively having people collect to our deep desires and what we can express with our dreams, imaginations, faith, beliefs, and delusions, and how we you know what I'm saying, work towards that by work towards that by putting in work towards the desires and motivations and actual deep connection of our intimacy and privacy in that space of our dreams, imaginations, faith, and beliefs, of actually putting in that work to get to that and reap those benefits of not misunderstanding and actually embodying that expansion of being, learning through that in conjunction aspect and things of that nature. So it being played out as an embodiment of expansion of our self-expression through what we dream on, or creatively express ourselves about. So our self-expression is going to be, you know what I'm saying, being expanded through the embodiment of dreams, faith, beliefs, imaginations, and delusions. So through that 6th house, Leo 8th house, Pisces aspect, while also bringing it into reality and playing it out through adding on to those dreams, imaginations, faith, and beliefs, and delusions, with the Pisces energy playing out through Pisces and Saturn. Pisces and Neptune. You see what I'm saying? In a passionate way, because Mars is in Aries. See what I'm saying? Mars is in Mars. Leo is in Mars. I'm sorry. Leo is in Mars. See what I'm saying? So that completes the embodiment of that expansion through the expansion of embodiment of expansion in the in conjunction aspect through Libra being the 6th house, and Libra being the 8th house and Pisces being the 6th house, of work, health, routines having to be added on through those dreams, faith, beliefs, imagination, delusions, to gain the, you know what I'm saying, not gain, but also as well as understand and not misunderstand, but gain a ability to learn from that, rather than have the whole thing just be completely out of the park when it comes to that area in life, you being completely unrelatable and to your dreams and faith, beliefs, imagination, and delusions, from how you put in work in that. And this is how it's going to be playing out through Libra, your relationships, how you relatability, and ways of relating, through how you are, you know what I'm saying, gain comfort and you feel safe and secure within, you see what I'm saying, expressing those desires, embarrassments, or whatever, and relating with that. is what's being, see what I'm saying, you putting work towards in that to gain the outcome of I mean, what you getting that desire coming from while you putting in the work of your dreams, you know what I'm saying, faith, beliefs, imagination, delusions, you putting in that work, you see what I'm saying, with that, the opposition aspect of, you see what I'm saying, your Pisces, so, in Virgo, with Virgo being the 6th house, it's learning to gain that balance of power within how you can work life balance, dreams, imaginations, faith, and beliefs, delusions, while not while being able to expand and learn about your mistakes and how you could get that desire or whatever mistaken for the work you put in, or the work you put in mistaken for that desire, because once you get that outcome, you might not be all the way satisfied because the work you put in, see what I'm saying, your faith, beliefs, imagination, delusions opposing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, you might not always be balancing that power of the dreams when it comes to you putting in that work. And see what I'm saying? So you might have to change that up and be mutable with the experiences, see what I'm saying, that you are dreaming about or whatever that you trying to creatively bring into life, so that, you know what I'm saying, you know that's what you really, you know what I'm saying, is what you hold near and dear to you in the first place, your ability to imagine stuff like that while having the work that's put into it, you know what I'm saying, easily backable by you making sure you realize that is what you're gonna have to do to really enjoy the aspect of what you are passionately and deeply emotionally connected to, as far as it comes to how you are intimate with your relationships and things of that nature, and how you express that relatability within what you can relate with them to and what you can't relate with them to, or others, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's how we're gonna have to be playing out that embodiment of expansion through getting on the right track as far as learning about our mistakes and where we're coming from in that energetic aspect. Scorpio in conjuncting Aries, Chiron, and North Node, so we're gonna have to expand our and our embodiment of our Martian light energy when it comes to the, you know what I'm saying, 6th house aspect of Aries, coming from the 8th house aspect to Scorpio, how we're seen with our viewpoints and our actions, where we're taking actions in, how we're seen, or coming where you see what I'm saying, where we're coming from, and our viewpoints, where we're coming from, and our passions and our desires, our deep connections and our deep emotional connections with our desires is being expressed through how we put in work towards coming from the our power of influence of being birthed out into creation in the first place, to, you see what I'm saying, have that consistent, reliable energy source of work and healthy emanations of the vision being birthed to understand each other, instead of misconnect and misguide the Martian-like energy to a space of fallen desires or things of that nature, where you're not really, you got the desire there, you thought that was met, and you ended up putting all that work in towards the end to where you got to the desire where you thought that was met, but it really wasn't met at the end of the day. It was really just all you mistaking that desire that in the 8th house, Scorpio 8th house, for the work that you put in. But the work you put in can never be compared, because that what you get out is already from what you crafted and molded that desire out to be, from what you put in work to be. So if you're not satisfied with it, you're not satisfied with the work at the end of the day. And that's the misunderstanding. So where it's coming from is we're going to have to embody that expansion in our spiritual path with how we're personally invested into, you know what I'm saying, put in work and stuff into ourselves, and personally interested in with our issues and what our affairs whenever it comes to our personal connections, and how we deal with transforming that pain and suffering into growth and healing. See what I'm saying? And leading that through having that desire be met within the Scorpio sun, taking actions within those deep emotional connections, and showing out the work through us already having the internal juice and milk and honey, through us having that desire be crafted and molded by us putting in work to see it in that way. So that's what we're gonna have to understand with that type of energetic influence, with the Martian light ability to push out or birth something new into reality and things of that nature. Or, see what I'm saying, put to death something that was, see what I'm saying, not really beneficial for it to be in that realm, in space of, see what I'm saying, creating it in that way. So the in conjunction from Sagittarius to Taurus, from the 8th house aspect in Sagittarius, being the desire of being fulfilled through the work put in through the 6th house aspect of Taurus and Uranus, where we're changing and innovating our internal value to be how to be seen as what we value materially or maternally, and as a stable source of, you know what I'm saying, where we can filter through where we have gifts and talents and natural God-given abilities through, and have our value be that on as a reflection of the physical as well as the internal. Us putting in that work in that way gives us the understanding that we could get to that desire through our wisdom, knowledges, and experiences. You see what I'm saying? Within the Sagittarius, us communicating and thinking, you see what I'm saying, a broad philosophical way of thinking, or relaxing our critical, you see what I'm saying, boundable type, not boundable, but you see what I'm saying, specific, but which could be instead can be more broad and more unlimited type of way of explaining or expanding, where we can communicate on those viewpoints, being met as a desire by not misunderstanding how putting in work towards the way that we can conduct our and innovate our internal way of how we believe that we are even valuing things outside of us, to our desire of gaining the knowledge, wisdom, and experiences out of that work that we put in to have that value in the first place. And by communicating and expanding on communication and the way of how we think about it and go about analyzing this energy within us when it comes to how we put in work to get out that desire. So we're bringing this together as a lesson learned rather than a misunderstood energetic influence to each other. We're merging and blending and fusing and kama high in the energy to make it a whole work life, which is what you get out of it deeply and maternally wise way by playing out through what we get knowledge and experiences in. It's through that. So that's how we're gonna have that expansion embodiment of that expansion of energy being played out through that 6th house and 8th house aspect. So from Capricorn to 8th house, Pluto and Venus in conjuncting Gemini, Jupiter, 6th house from Capricorn, the way we put in work and having our healthy pattern and work routines when we have for our scheduling and our how we can add on to our desires in our status and image and what we are see what I'm saying, like motivated to invest in what type of desire we're getting out that image and that status is going to be how much work we put into how we can see what I'm saying, communicate and broaden our perspective as far as our experiences, knowledges, and wisdom that we gain out of communicating and stuff like that through Jupiter and Gemini, and then therefore we could play it out through our desire being met through love and appreciation, value for that image status, and ability to create a new image and status for oneself. So us not being misguided and misdirected with learning how we're supposed to connect those energies, and is rather from in conjunction and not and missing the point for and to us understanding and us gaining a wisdom and embodying that expansion of those energies. So, and that's pretty much the in conjunctions. So for the oppositions and the 7th house aspect of it, our first house 7th house aspect of it. The balance of power in this area of energy, this aspectual influence with the Aries first house opposing the Libra 7th house from Aries through Libra and through Lilith and South Node, us being more comfortable with relating and balancing how we conduct our relationships with how we relate in our desires and embarrassments or see what I'm saying, frustrations or whatever when it comes to what we deeply desire in our relationships and stuff of that nature is how we're gonna have a better power of, you know what I'm saying, influence when it comes to the first house aspect of Aries being the power of influence of what we birthing into reality, and what we have to be passionately and personally interested and motivated in, and for oneself, to balance out while we supposed to have that power in the first place, and of influence in the first place. So, and that's how the balance of that power is being played out through how we heal, and how we can transform the pain and suffering into healing and growth, and go on our spiritual path with by being personally invested into that. And on the flip side, that plan is a balance of power in how we can mutually relate and play out those relationships that we have through our power of influence in the first place, and not from, but and by balancing our power of influence. You see what I'm saying? So the first house Taurus aspect in opposition to Scorpio, 7th house, Sun, our actions and our viewpoints being played out through our desires and our motives, and what we passionately, deeply, emotionally connect to, and our how we, see what I'm saying, relate with people in that aspect. It's being played out through see what I'm saying, our actions and how we relate with people, or places and things in our relationships, and how we, in ways of relating, through how we are personally and passionately interested in and invested in our value, the value that we have in our own internal value, and maternal reflection value of that, in the state it is to make it it playing out is the stability of that power being, you see what I'm saying, that power of influence coming from that being the, you see what I'm saying, balance of what or the power of what we're balancing through our desires and passions, what we deeply connect with. So by how we have that power of influence in our own internal value, and that's how we connect in balancing the power of that aspect through our deep desires, and what we, see what I'm saying, passionately invested into within our relationships. And first house aspect to the opposition of Sagittarius, the opposition of Gemini to the 7th house aspect of Sagittarius is being played out through the Mercury of us and our analytical ability, or communicative ability to travel in that fluid communication within the philosophical broad points of views, is being played out through within our 7th house, that 7th house of Sagittarius, as a way that we could relate, and that's how we can span through our relationships within how we communicate, on how we on our broad, you see what I'm saying, expansive thinking, or expansive way we can communicate about how, you see what I'm saying, our philosophies can communicate within each other, like how we can communicate our philosophies and our knowledge, experiences, wisdom within with each other, through playing out that power of influence of Gemini being them both being the opposite planets of Gemini and Jupiter, playing out through us expanding our mind when it comes to how we can gain knowledge, experiences, and wisdom, and how we can within our community and surroundings and immediate environment. And that's basically how that power of influence is playing out through the balance of power through Sagittarius, of us relating that those experiences through broadening them, the way we can communicate and interact with each other, as far as the way we can think, or thinking patterns, or broadening our philosophical point of views and things with how we communicate. So and that's pretty much a rundown for the energy. It's been Famous Mallow. Love y'all. Y'all stay spiritually protected. Have a great